Hey everyone, my name is Becca and welcome to my channel. If you've been with us before, welcome back. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. We do all things First Chapter Friday here. We read the first chapters of awesome middle grade novels. Today's being Clean Getaway by Nic Stone. This was a super fun novel. It was very engaging, very interesting. You may have read some of Nic Stone's other novels, such as Dear Martin. Also recently, or more recently, she has written Fast Pitch, which was also a great novel. So I think you'll love this one, and I'm excited to share the first chapter with you today. So we'll start off by reading the synopsis of the book on the front and side cover. For the life of him, William Scoob Lamar can't seem to stay out of trouble. And now the run-ins at school have led to lockdown at home. So when Jima, Scoob's favorite person on earth, asks him to go on an impromptu road trip, he's in the RV faster than he can say freedom. With Jima's old maps and a strange pamphlet called the Traveler's Green Book at their side, the pair takes off on a journey down Jima's memory lane. But adventure quickly turns to uncertainty. Jima keeps changing the license plate, dodging Scoob's questions, and refusing to check Dad's voicemails. And the farther they go, the more Scoob realizes that the world hasn't always been a welcoming place for kids like him. And things aren't always what they seem, Jima included. All right. That is the first chapter of Clean Getaway by Nic Stone. Let's just dive right on into that first chapter. The first chapter has a very nice little picture associated with it. The state of Alabama. And the first chapter is titled, Quite a Ways to Go. It might sound silly, but to William Scoob Lamar, the Welcome to Alabama the Beautiful sign looks, well, beautiful. Not as beautiful as his best friend, Shanice Lockwood, in her yellow sundress, but beautiful enough to make Scoob tip his head back, close his eyes, and sigh into the breeze blowing through the open passenger side window of Jima's Winnebago. Exhale Dad's lockdown. Inhale the sweet fragrance of freedom, which smells like pine mixed with a little bit of truck exhaust. You all right over there, Scooba-Doob? Jima says from the driver's seat. She's propped up on the gingham-covered foam wedge she uses to see over the steering wheel. Pale, polka-dotted little hands, perfectly positioned at 10 and 2. She's only 4 feet 11 inches tall, Jima is. A little picture there of Jima. Hearing his full nickname makes Scoob cringe. Jima gave it to him when he was 5 years old and obsessed with an old cartoon he used to watch at her house about a dog who liked to solve mysteries. Jima thought it was just too adorable that he couldn't pronounce Scooby-Doo. And because Shanice was Jima's neighbor, she picked up on the nickname and started using it at school. So it stuck. Well, the Scoob part did, which is fine. Kind of cool even. Scuba-Doob, though? Jima, he says, you mind if we stick to Scoob? The rest is a little babyish, no offense, he adds. Oh, none taken, Jima says. My apologies, Mr. Scoob. I mean, you can drop the Mr. too, Scoob goes on. This makes Jima laugh, which makes Scoob smile. He'd never tell anybody, but there's really no sound in the world he loves more than his grandmother's barking laugh. Dad's not a fan. Says it grates on him because it's the one reminder of Jima's past smoking days and potential future lung cancer. But it reminds Scoob of elementary school days playing card games she taught him that he wasn't supposed to know the rules for, like Texas Hold'em and Blackjack. Even now, it blows Scoob's mind that a harsh, booming sound like that could come out of a person as little as Jima. I mean it though, she says. You feeling all right? I'm not driving too fast, am I? She kicks him a little wrinkly wink. Now Scoob's the one laughing. He looks up from the brand new road map she handed him once they were both settled and seatbelted. According to the speedometer, The brand new Winnebago he and Jima are in has a max speed of 120 miles per hour, but Jima has yet to push the needle to 60. Definitely not too fast, Jima. Though I do wonder if there's a minimum speed limit law you're breaking. Oh, you hush, she says. Speaking of which, you never said if you like my new sweet ride or not. That's what you kids call it these days, right? A sweet ride? She says it in a way that makes her sound like a smarmy used car salesman with oil slicked hair. Scoob chuckles and shakes his head. Then he peeks over his shoulder into the back. Truthfully, when G-Ma popped up out of the blue and asked if Scoob wanted to go on a little adventure, he was too geeked out at the thought of a loophole in his punishment to give much thought to anything else, their destination included. Especially when she'd said he'd probably miss a couple days of school. Bonus. He finished item 3, empty the dishwasher on the to-do list. Dad left for him on the kitchen whiteboard every day and grabbed his suitcase. Then, after scribbling Dad a quick note about being with Jima for the night, Scoob hightailed it out of the house as fast as his off-brand sneaker-clad feet would carry him. He even left his phone at home. Largely so Dad can't call him, but he won't tell Grandma that. Jima that. The suitcase had been sitting in Scoob's closet for a month. Dad promised Scoob a trip to St. Simon's Island this year. Scoob's first choice was Universal Studios, but Dad said Scoob was too old for all that. He'd been too young the previous year, but whatever. So Scoob packed up, according to Dad's specifications, 3 days before they were supposed to depart. Except they didn't go. Scoob got in trouble at school, and voila, trip canceled. Lockdown commenced. Spring break ruined before it could begin. Scoob hadn't been able to bring himself to unpack the bag, so he hid it. Now he can see it sitting on the seat of the dining booth in Jima's sweet new ride. Scoob was in such a rush to get out, it didn't fully click that he and Jima weren't in the Mini Cooper until she asked him to get out of his seat while the vehicle was in motion and grab the GPS from the fridge. That grandma protein shake, otherwise known as Ensure, for her. Fridge, Scoob thought, light bulb slowly illuminating. That's when he looked behind him for the first time and almost choked on the gum that shot down his throat when he gasped. Ain't he handsome, Jima said, smacking the dashboard twice. Brand spanking new, this fella. I've decided to call him Senior after your late grandfather. He and I had a Winnebago back in the day before your dad was born, and your G-Pop. She paused, and then, anyway, I ain't getting any younger. Sold my house and bought this baby. You sold your house? Scoob said, stunned. Sure did. Fetched a pretty penny for it, too. God bless home equity and hipsters looking to revitalize, or whatever the heck they're calling it. Wow. Was there anything else he could have said? She sold her house. Well, you gonna get me the GPS or not? Scoob gulped, removed his seatbelt, and made his way to the back. Dad would have breathed fire and shot smoke out of his ears if he had been around to see. As he opened the for real fridge with a separate freezer, Jima gave him the rundown of Senior's features. You see those lights above your head? Scoob looked up. Yeah? Those are LEDs, she said. Real state of the art. There's also a microwave, a 2-burner cooktop, and 2 Ultra HD TVs where you can watch anything. Rated PG-13 or lower, that is. Scoob rolled his eyes. Jima pushed on. Bathrooms there to the left of the mini pantry, got a flushing toilet and a shower. And that dining booth you see there doubles as a bed. And speaking of beds, there's one in the rear for me and one right above the cab here for you. There's a window up there and everything, kiddo. Scoob could hear the proud smile in her voice, which made him smile too, despite the fact that she had called him kiddo. As he grabbed the drink for Jima and saw that the fridge was fully stocked, Scoob realized he'd never again play on the old tire swing in Jima's backyard, or kick back on the old window seat in that attic with his favorite book. When it hit him that this bizarre truck that contained everything a person needs to live, this thing was now Jima's house? Creepy. Jima's fingers do a tap dance on the steering wheel, pulling him back to the present, and he takes a deep breath and lets his eyes continue to roam around the empty space behind him. It's so weird to him that if he has to pee, all he's got to do is walk like 15 feet to the little bathroom. And it flushes? Where does the stuff even go? It's not like they're connected to a sewer. And what about the dirty dish in the shower water? Jima's house had one of those old school bathtubs with fancy metal feet, and Scoop secretly loved to get in with one or two of the lemon-sized balls Jima would buy that would fizz up like Alka-Seltzer and turn the bath all kinds of wild colors. Plop, fizz. And the water would be blue and kind of shimmery, like taking a soak in the galaxy. This RV doesn't have a tub, so no more galaxy baths. His gaze catches on the kitchenette thingy as he faces forward, which just adds to his sudden sadness. He can't imagine G-Mom making her blue ribbon-winning cast iron French toast, first pan toasted, then baked in the pan for a few minutes for extra crispiness on the outside, on that rinky-dink cooktop thing. No more extra sweet Arnold Palmer on the porch swing. No more reading in front of the fire. In all honesty, the RV gave Scoob the willies. But of course he can't tell G-Ma that, not when she's so excited about it. Well, she says, taking her baby blue eyes off the road to look at him. Second only to Shanice's honey brown ones, G-Ma's got the prettiest eyes Scoob's ever seen. What do you think, kiddo? Scoob traces the handle of his door and gulps down his true feelings. I think it's great, G-Ma, he says with forced enthusiasm. Whether or not she can tell he's lying, Scoob doesn't know. Good, she says. Settle on in. We've got quite a ways to go. All right. So, where are they going, Scoob and his G-Ma? You're going to have to read to find out. I have a feeling it's going to be more than one night, like Scoob told his dad. All right. Hope you enjoyed this read aloud today. And if you did, please consider a like and a subscribe. It makes me really happy when people do. All right, that's all until next time. See you guys again soon. Happy reading.